Yo, what is up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Big up yourselves, big up your aunties, sisters, uncles, brothers, cousin, and big up everybody. If you're new here, please consider pressing that subscribe button. Obviously it helps us a lot, helps that channel grow, and also your likes and your comments. If you can drop something down below, that would be nice. So yeah, on today's video we are working on a new build that's already been finished, that the customer has obviously bought and wants to change bits around and things like that. So it's all chipboard floors, so that's not good, but we'll get it done. We know we will. So we'll get in there in a second, and it is like me and Scott are both done because Jack's pulled his back. I know, don't want your sympathy, just telling you. And Scott's done his knee in at football last night, which is sound, isn't it? All day on his knees now, cutting floors up and things. Let's get in there and check it out. Run that ting. So here we are in the job, and this is what Scott's looking at. A light switch, nice.
Good morning.
Good morning, mate. How's your little leg? All right. Nice. So in here, off this original one gang switch, we're going to be chopping up, getting the floor up above, and then we are going to be putting a single socket there and a single socket there off the one switch. That's going to be for some lamps on the console table there. And then we've got another leg coming over. We're going to be putting a wall light on there and a wall light over there. So that's going to be nice. So that will turn into a 3-gang switch. Yeah, Scott? We've also got centre light to put up, replace that. We've got, one sec. Nice. We've got 2 lights to change on the landing. We've got a light to change in the office room. A couple of sockets to relocate upstairs. Scott, anything else?
Yeah, socket for the bookcase.
I just said relocate sockets, didn't I, mate?
You didn't.
Don't listen, does he? But yeah, we'll go up there in a second. We're going to find out how this is wired now. Hopefully, with it being a new build, we've got feed into the switch, looks like. So we've got neutrals there. So all we've got to do is come off with our switch wires up and through. Above this ceiling is one of the front bedrooms, but this side of the ceiling's under 2 en suites, so we can't get the floor up in there. So what we're going to do is the joists go this way. I've just had some of the carpet up, and we're going to be drilling 4-inch holes in the ceiling, which we can fish down into our room that we're working in. So we'll get a bit of floor up in there and then fish down to here and chop down the walls. Nice, let's go up there. So this is the bedroom above that room that I was just showing you. The joists, well, the boards seem to be laid this way, which probably means our joists are going that way with it, maybe? I don't know. We're going to have to get one up and find out anyway. So the bit where we've got to put the wall light is under there, so that won't be coming up. We'll cut holes in the ceiling for that. We've got a socket that's got to be moved to there behind that bookcase, wardrobe, sorry. And this one has got to move over to about there to go behind a bedside table, because that's just right next to the wardrobe, stopping the doors and things like that. So we've got to move them. So first things first, we will get a hole drilled downstairs, get the camera up or our arm up, and see which way the joists are going. So as you can see, we've used our stub buddy to find out where the joists were, and unfortunately they do go that way. So there's our first hole cut. We can get our hand down the board now. We might just have to chop a little bit where the dab is. That gets us to our first socket there. Then whether we go from there right across the wall to the next one, or we fish into the hole there and then come down, what we'll probably do is bring them both down there. Straight down then, one chop if we've got to, and then just chop across that centre piece to the socket, because it's going in there, which is right where the dab is, nice. And then another one over there. And then once we've got to this point, we can then fish straight the way down the bay, which will take us to that wall light there. Hopefully, we can fish across, maybe make a couple of holes inside here with our cutter and send it straight across. That way then, we won't have to get rid of any of this panelling that they've done, because they've recently had that done. So yeah, that'll get us into there, which will then get us across to there. Now our next challenge is the fact that from here, we've obviously got to get the floor up, but with the joist going this way now, that's the bathroom. So I think what we're going to have to do is channel that. So here's where we're at. Light switch is there. There's then a double joist, so we've had to drill the next one along. There's a big hole in this joist, we'll drill one in there to fish through. We can then fish down to here, then there's a joist there, there's a joist there. So we'll drill them through in a minute. Scott's just going to get the bits. That takes us then to our first socket that's going on the wall. He's got a single box now, multi-tool that into the wall, and then hopefully we can fish to the left or chop it out, because it's going to have to be filled anyway, to another socket. That'll get our two, what's the name, Scott? Lamp sockets in. Went blank then. We're keeping all the bits. These will obviously just need patching up back into the ceiling, but it shouldn't be a problem really. We'll just put a bit of timber in, get it in, nice. That gets us to there. Now to get to the wall lights, because the bays run this way, once we're in that bay, we know we can fish right the way down then. So we'll fish straight down and get it in there. Then our furthest one here, we're going to just have to get the floor up at the back then, because we've got those sockets to move and things like that. We'll just cut a trap up in the floor and get those in at the same time. So I'm going to leave Scott chopping these sockets out. We'll then get the cables through. I'm going to go upstairs and have a look at how we're going to get the boards up. So here's where we're at now. Our first leg from the switch, I've got a bit of chopping out to do above the, well, just at the ceiling level on the wall, because there's a dab there, but everything else I can fish down to that switch. So light there, I mean cable there, it's come through and it drops there. Scott, can you see that chop? Yeah, Scott's chopped that one out there, and there's one just to the left of him there. There's dab here and there's dab just to the left of that. So we're going to have to chop into the dab, I think, to get the cable through from the right to the left. Everything else, if there's dab up the wall, I haven't fished it yet because Scott's still chopping it out, but if there's dab up the wall, it's going to have to be chopped and patched. But hopefully we can avoid damaging the panelling that they've done. So that gets those two wired. Next one I've got to wire is obviously the wall lights. So I'm going to follow the same route, get into that bay there, the second hole along, and then fish straight down, which will take us centre of that column where the wall lights go in. We're then going to either try and fish right the way side to side, or we're going to go up, back through as far as we can get, which will be this bay, and then down through the ceiling there. I haven't took any floor up upstairs yet, just because I'm going to have to drag the bed out and things like that. My back's done. But I'm thinking, if these holes have got to be patched, whether we're better off just doing 3 more down here at the back, which will get us through, and that will then stop us getting them up upstairs. But we'll see anyway. We're crack on. There we, Scotty. Oh. As you can see, the job's cracking on now. We've managed to rod from there. I've had to cut a hole there because there was a bit of dab. So straight down to there. That rod also goes straight up. We've just got to cut the tops out where the dab is. That's the same on the light switch, like I said. And we've also rodded through the ceilings and down to where our wall lights go in. I've cut a hole out there, but the wall light will cover it. And we've got to do the same again, chop out above. So Scott's just got to chop now the tops of all the holes that we've made. So there'll be one there, there'll be one there, there'll be one over here somewhere when we get there, and then there'll be one above this switch. So I've managed to pull the rods up and they get to the top near enough, but directly above there's dab to the right and the left, and then there's a joist there. So we're going to have to cut out probably a patch there so that we can get to the rod and pull it up through the void. Nice. That's there, with there's dab across this section here, so a bit of that's going to have to be cut out as well, but we've just been through it with the customer, and rather than getting all the floor up above, which is the chipboard, being as we've made holes, quite a few of these 4-inch holes anyway, there's probably only another 3 joists this way. So what we're going to do is come back off this hole now, back to our holes that are above me there, and then we'll fish right the way down, cut another hole out here somewhere, and then another couple wherever the joists are across this wall, and that'll get us down to our final lighting position. And then we are on to the next part. So we'll get these lights up, get them wired, get them up. We've got this pendant to change as well. Luckily for us, the switches are fed, so all we've got there is a live, neutral and earth. So we'll get those swapped over, get the new lights up, and then move on to the next part. While Scott's been chopping that out, I've moved that light. It's a nice light, isn't it, that? Nice. So that's where it was, up in that hole there. I've just moved it over so that it's centre of the telly and centre of the room. Nice. We're going to see what it's doing. So while I've been doing that, Scott's got the cables down for these, so he's had to chop the top out there, chop the top out there, and then he's got it down to our position. So he's just chopping across now for the feed from that socket over to that socket there. And then we've got the same to do above this light switch here. What we're going to do though is take another leg off there now, which is going to do that one there, rather than linking the two, because we're going to have to either drill all of them or come all the way back through, and it's added an extra like 20 meters just on that circuit there. So we're going to pull a new leg out of that bay there, which will take us straight down and probably about here, and then we'll cut another 3 out so that we can get onto there. We've got another couple of lights to do and sockets upstairs, so I'll go and show you that now. So he's just got this one left to do now, and in here is near enough done then. He's put the light up. Nice! That's lovely, isn't it? Really nice. The single sockets, we've just put white plastic on for now, but I've ordered the click to match the existing sockets. Same with the 3-gang switch. And then to get to this last wall light, we've had to cut quite a few holes, but the ceiling's got to be patched where we've cut out anyway, so we went through it with the customer and thought this was the best way rather than moving all the bed, things like that. If it's got to be patched anyway, it didn't matter that there was an extra few holes. And then he's come down and then the light's going on there. Nice. So we'll have a switch for the centre light, switch for the 2 sockets, which are going to be lamps, and then a switch for the wall light. So there'll be a 3-gang switch on that wall there, won't there, Scotty? I've just been changing a few lights upstairs while Scott's been finishing off these chops and things like that. We've got 2 more sockets to move in the bedroom, but they go through up there. So all we'll do is cut the old legs off, put them in a Wago box above the ceiling there, and then move over a bay and drill back up into the new position. Nice. I'm going to crack on changing these lights. Hopefully by that time Scott will have finished these and we can all move, we can both move upstairs. I'm not sure how well you can see this because the lights are off at the minute, but that was where the socket was. Moved it over to there. What we've done is made that hole there, drilled through the back of the skirt and into the voids below, and then we've put a joint on the ring under there on the right. So it just, we've left them cables in, just cut them under there, put a joint there, through the joist, and then back up in to feed our socket there. We've got one more to do in here, which is behind the wardrobe, so you can't really see at all, but basically that was where the socket was. I've pulled this new leg in under there where the skirting should be. The skirting's not on because the wardrobes are there, so what I'm going to do is tuck it under and then come back up in the stud work and put the socket low down on the right there, because it's going to be in this cupboard and it's going to control some lighting that's going in there. Nice. But I'll get in there. I can't really record that because it's just dark, so I'll get that cut out now and get the socket on. So in here now, move the light over to there, sockets on and done there, and sockets on and done there. Scott's just got a bit of tidying up to do there. I'm going to show you what he's done down there. So he's just tidying up now, ain't you, Scotty? Yeah. You're my good lad. And then wall lights are on. They're looking nice. And then these sockets are on as well. We'll just put our new, look at this, new mega socket tester. Nice. So we'll put that in there, turn it on, and then it should be our second switch. So turn that on, and yeah, we got that power. So we've got left hand switch does the centre light, middle switch does those lamps, and the right switch does the wall lights. Oh, it's lovely. Really lovely. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Don't judge my hair. I know I need it cut. I ain't got time. My back's done. How's your knee, Scott?
Fine, popped, so it's fine.
He popped it earlier and it went back to normal. Nice. But yeah, so this job's done now. We've got a bit of tidying up to do and we just got to pop back and put the chrome on when it's come. We've got to order it because we don't usually use Click. We use the BG, but we had to match it up with this and then I've had them in stock this morning. So we'll pop back and do them. Everything else is nice. See you in the van. So that is it, job done. Hopefully we've got some footage for you. My head went a bit, my back's done, Scott's knee's done, and that took a lot longer than it should have, but we got there. Hopefully there's a bit of footage that you like. You might never see this video because there was nothing on there, but hopefully you do. So yeah, thank you for watching if you got this far. Leave us a little comment, leave a like if you can, and do not forget to press that subscribe button and the bell to be notified when we do future uploads. So big up yourself, thank you once again, and thank you for the continued support to those who leave the comments, and you're awesome, basically. Scotty?
What she said, thanks for watching. I can't lean over too far, mate, because all your
I'm just knackered.
shite's in the way.
It's 5:20, it's pitch black. I've been thinking it's about midnight for about 2 hours, but it's not.
That is midnight for us.
I know, it's late for us. Anyway, see you later. Ta-ra. I've just been changing the lights upstairs. Well done. I've just been changing a few lights upstairs.